So following on from the last video where we based the models on the cardboard and ocean coloured paper, after I finished doing that, I placed them back in their bags with the little information cards, just so I know what ships we're working with. It's not labelled yet. And the next step I do is to paint them, and I paint them, I mean paint the decks. There's plenty of reference material out there, Google Images, and the internet will give you a lot of types of colours might have been painted on the ships when they're time in service. So I'm using yellow sand for the deck for the 3 of the 4 ships. The destroyer will be done a little bit differently. So larger ships normally had teak or wooden decks, so I'm using desert sand. Make sure you give it a good shake. Paintbrush to start with for the main part of the decks. I'm going to use one. It's a 725 1 brush. So I'll just get a little bit of the paint out. And I also have this section here of my tray has water in it. Sometimes I find a bit of water can help with keeping the brush a bit moist. Water-based paints dry out a bit. And then I just go along and paint the decks. And some of these tighter areas I'll use a thinner brush. Different ships may have different coloured decks. Just, yeah, like I said, do some Google imaging searching and that will bring up years of the ships are in service, and sometimes the decks had a darker paint, and sometimes they painted them like a dark sort of winter colour. For the 4 models here, I'm just using the same colour for 3 of them, and the destroyer will use a different colour. And my painting may look rough, but I do it for being able to use the models, not so much display, being I'll be using them on a game table. Now I have some water here, water-based paint, so just wash that brush out, and then I clean my brushes in brush cleaner, so that'll be done after. While the brush is still wet, it's not too bad, it's not going to dry out too much. The next brush I use is a finer 725 as well, and I just go back over the ships and try and get any of those little areas, any of those smaller areas I didn't get with that wider brush. And I like to base them first because it gives you something really to hold on to. Yeah, there's a little bit, like there's a spot there where I've painted down here onto the whole of the ship. We'll tidy that up in the next video. So, and there's a few spots on that side. And then the destroyer will be the same process, but just a different colour. So that's how I paint the decks. Next step in getting the ships ready for gaming. Final step. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.